Good morning students and welcome again to e-learning classes on behalf of Modern English School. I myself Anjana Dikshit from New Area Senior B. Children, this video is for class 7 and 8 and today we shall read modals. But before explaining modals, let me tell you what are auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are what? They are helping verbs. You all know. Auxiliary verbs are divided into two groups. One is primary auxiliary and the other is modals. Now what are primary auxiliary? Be, have and do. All three are primary auxiliary and which is used in tenses to express time. For example, is, am, are, was, were, being, all these are forms of be. Understood? Have, had, having, all these are forms of have, and do, did, all these are forms of do. But beside that, there is another which is modals. What are modals? Modals are a group of auxiliary verbs used to express certain meaning. Understood? A modal is a type of verb that is used to indicate modality, that is likelihood, ability, permission, request, capacity, suggestions, order, obligation or advice. Understood? Modal verbs always accompany the base form of another verb having semantic content. Understood, children? Now what are modal verbs? Modal verbs, which are also called modal verbs, modal auxiliary verbs, modal auxiliaries. Understood? So modals are special verbs which behave irregularly in English. They are different from normal verbs like work, play, visit. They give additional information about the function of the main verb that follows it. They have a great variety of communicative functions. Now here are some characteristics of modal verbs. They never change their forms. You can't add s, ed or ing. They are always followed by an infinitive without to. That is, without to, what type of infinitive it is? Which is also called what? Bare infinitive. They are used to indicate modality, allow speakers to express certainty, possibility, willingness, obligation, necessity, ability, etc. Now modal verbs are used to express functions like what? Permission, ability, obligation, prohibition, lack of necessity, advice, possibility and probability. Clear, students? The commonly used modals are can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, ought to, dare. All these are what? Commonly used modals. Now let's learn about the functions and uses of modals. Must. Okay. It is used for strong obligation and logical conclusion or certainty. Strong obligation example is you must stop when the traffic light turns red. And logical conclusion or certainty, he must be very tired. He has been working all day long. Clear? Where must is used? Now must not. that is prohibition. You must not smoke in the hospital. Then can is also used for ability, permission and possibility. Ability, for example, I can swim. Permission, can I use your phone please? Possibility, smoking can cause cancer. This is what? Possibility. Now can, next is what? Could. Could is also used for possibility, polite permission and ability in the past. First, I'll give the example of ability in the past. When I was young, I could run fast. Polite permission, excuse me, could I just say something? Possibility, it could rain tomorrow. Clear? These are three examples of could. All these are three different types of examples. Now may. May is also used for permission, possibility and probability. For permission, example is, may I use your phone please? Possibility, it may rain tomorrow. This is probability and possibility both. Next is might. Might is used for polite permission, possibility and probability. Might I suggest an idea? Possibility, I might go on holiday to Australia next year. This is the example of possibility or probability, you can say. Understood? Then is need not. Need not is used for lack of necessity, absence of obligation. Understood? That means, I'll give the example, I need not buy tomatoes. There are plenty of tomatoes in the fridge, so why to buy another? Then should or ought to. Should and ought to are used for 50% obligation or to give advice or for logical conclusion. 50% obligation, that is, I should or ought to, you can say, see a doctor. I should see a doctor or I ought to see a doctor. I have a terrible headache. Then for advice, you should revise your lessons or you ought to revise your lessons. In both cases, in case of advice, you use like that. Then logical conclusion, he should be very tired. He has been working all day. Or he ought to be very tired. He has been working all day long. Had better. It is used for advice. You had better revise your lessons. Okay, this is also used for advice. Modals in past. Modals plus have plus participle. For example, would have, could have, may have, might have, should have, must have. All these are the forms of modals which is used for past. That is, would have, past, unreal action. Okay, what is it? Past, unreal action. If I had guessed the future, I would have taken some precaution against what would happen. Clear? Then past unreal ability, could have. Could have is used for past unreal ability. I could have taken the flight. Then is may have. Past unreal possibility. We may have passed the maths exam, but it was in Spanish. Might have for past unreal small probability. You might have sold the car. if you really needed the money. Should have, past unreal recommendation, that is, you should have listened to the teacher. Then is must have, past unreal assumptions. We must have been crazy. These are the modals used in past form. Then there are modals which are used for perfect also. Modal perfect it is called. Must have plus past participle you can say. May have plus past P. Might have plus past P. For example, my mother has arrived late. She must have been in the traffic. We may have passed the maths, but it was in French. Alex may have taken the wrong train. Okay, all these are examples of perfect tense. Okay, could have plus past participle. I'm sorry, but you could have played better. Couldn't have plus past participle. She couldn't have passed because she hadn't studied enough. Would have plus past P. If I had guessed the future, I would have taken some precautions against what would happen. Should have plus past participle. You should have listened to the teacher. Shouldn't have is used in negative plus past participle. She shouldn't have told them. Then is needn't have past participle. I needn't have read the book. All these are examples of modal perfect. Then one is modal can and verbs could. Modal can is used for ability. In present form, I can speak 4 languages. And ability in past you'll use, I could play a guitar when I was a child. Possibility in present tense, what you'll use? Smoking can cause cancer. Possibility in past, a lot of crime could be prevented. Permission, informal. Can I use your book, please? Permission, impolite. Could we go home now? Request, informal. Can you hand me the pen? Request in polite form. Could you lend me this book? Offer in present. Can I help you? Suggest, I could help you with English. Cannot, you cannot smoke here. Conditions of can, I could visit many places if I had more money. Now remember one thing, modals are followed by an infinitive without to, which is also called bare infinitive. For example, you must stop when the traffic light turns red. Okay. We use modals to show if we believe something in certain possible or impossible. We also use them to do things like talk about ability, ask permission, make request, etc. Now dare, modal dare. Dare is used to express that one is not afraid to do something. For example, do you dare to challenge him to a race? Okay. Similarly, it is mostly used in negative sentence and in questions also. You don't dare to go near the lion's cage. I daren't